Hey, it's Steven Summers here from stevensummers.com, and in this video I want to show you how to use Clickfunnels to build your online business. Alright, so before we get into exactly how to use Clickfunnels to build your online business, it makes sense to start off with what exactly Clickfunnels is and what it is not. So I've been using Clickfunnels now for about 3 years, and I've used it to build a multi-million-dollar business with my company Marketplace Superheroes, as well as other businesses that I am partnered with as well. So I have a lot of experience with this tool. Now, when it comes to what it is, Clickfunnels is really 3 different things all built into one. Number 1, it helps you build your web pages, your funnels. So a sales funnel, and there's lots of different types of funnels, which we'll talk about more on this channel. But for now, let's just say it is a sales funnel builder. In other words, it helps you walk a new customer from not being a customer to becoming a paid customer. It's almost like if you can imagine a 24-hour salesperson working on your behalf. So Clickfunnels helps you build those kinds of funnels. That's number 1. Number 2 then, Clickfunnels also is, they don't like calling it an email autoresponder because I suppose it really isn't. It's more of what they call a CRM. So what exactly is a CRM? Basically, it allows you to email your customers. It allows you to create what we call smart lists as well, which are basically different email lists you can utilize that you can contact customers based on what they've purchased from you, where they've opted in. Let's say someone's opted into your website, they would be on one list. You can create a smart list then for when they become a customer. You can create a smart list for people who open your emails, who don't open your emails. There's honestly so many different things you can do, and this tool is called Actionetics. So we got Clickfunnels to build the sales funnels. We've got Actionetics then, that's our CRM. Also, you can do amazing things with Actionetics, like not only can you email people, you can also send them text messages. You can use outside services, like there's one that allows you to basically send a customer a call, a voicemail, and basically then when they get the voicemail, they can listen to it. They don't have to get a phone call from you, and that's a thing called slide broadcast. It basically integrates with Clickfunnels through Actionetics. So Actionetics is huge. I'm going to explain more about how to use it through this channel as well. The third thing then that Clickfunnels can do is it has a thing called Backpack, and Backpack is an affiliate platform. In other words, if you have a business and you want to have affiliates promote your business, your product, your service, and they receive a commission every time they make a sale on your behalf. You obviously make the sale, but they've helped you get the sale. Well, then that is the third thing Clickfunnels really can do. So it's a sales funnel builder, it's a CRM, and they call them follow-up funnels, which we'll explain more another time as well. And then the third piece is Backpack, which is an affiliate platform. Okay, so let's get into now how to actually use Clickfunnels to build your business, so we can explain the process that you may use. So I'm going to take an example of an expert-based business. This can be more of like a coaching business, an information-based business. So the first thing you're going to use Clickfunnels for is to build a simple sales funnel to allow you to get your customers' information into your world. In other words, it could be an opt-in page or a squeeze page, and you can see some examples on screen right now of what some of those look like. So that's the first step of the process. We have something, we give the customer some value, we bring them into our world using their email or their cell phone, and now we have captured their information. So that's step 1. Okay, so the second step of this process is we're now going to drive leads, drive traffic from, it can be Facebook advertising, it can be from an email list, a solo ad, it can be from YouTube, anywhere at all. We're going to drive that traffic to that initial page that we just built. And what this does is it obviously gets eyeballs in front of our offer. And in this case, our offer is we're giving something for free in exchange for our potential customers' information. So that's the second step of the process of building your business with Clickfunnels. Now, the third thing we're going to do is we're now going to use Actionetics. So we've been using Clickfunnels up to this point to build our squeeze page, landing page, whatever the case may be. We've driven some traffic. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use Actionetics. So the traffic comes in. Some people opt into our offer. Some people don't opt into our offer. Whatever the case may be, we're going to use Actionetics. So when they opt in, we're going to add them to what we call a smart list. as I talked about earlier on, which is basically just an email list, but it's smart because we can have different rules that are applied to the smart list to basically say, well, if somebody buys something, add them to this list. If somebody doesn't buy something, add them to this list after a certain number of days, etc. So it is extremely responsive and extremely intelligent. But what we're going to do here is when that person goes onto the email list, Actionetics then adds them into what we call an action funnel. And all that is basically, it can be a soap opera sequence, which is a collection of emails that we send to customers one day after the next to warm them up to our offer. It can be just a broadcast list, which basically means that we broadcast information every day to them manually. But an action funnel at its core really is a set of things that we lead our customer through to move them from non-customer to customer. So in this case, it's a soap opera sequence, which is just it's a collection of emails that bring somebody from not customer to customer. And like I say, Actionetics is going to be what we utilize at this point with what we call an action funnel. Okay, so the next step in the process is this. We bring people into Actionetics like we talked about, and some people are going to become clients. Let's say in this case, we had the expert business. So people come in, they opt into say a webinar, an automated webinar. They then go and watch the webinar and they either buy or they don't buy. Now, the action funnel that we would have created in the previous step, what that's doing is it's sending customers emails every single day, offering them the opportunity to buy the program that we're talking about. So we'll be creating this smart list at this point to say, people who buy go in here, people who don't buy go in here. And for each of those different people, we can set up new action funnels, new automated sequences that speak to those different types of customers. And this segmentation using these smart lists is really important. Why? Because it creates relevance. We get the most relevant information to those people at the right time. And when you have a really relevant offer to the right person, what that does is it increases conversion, the likelihood someone's going to actually take an action or not. So that is the next step in the process, creating smart lists and segmenting. Okay, so now the next step of the process is, now we've got customers in place, we now want to identify who are our most hyper responsive customers. So at this point, we would be offering different things in our value ladder. So value ladder basically means that there's different offers we step people up through to bring them from a lower end customer to our top level offer. And that can be a number of different things. It can be a high end coaching program. In this case, it most likely is a yearly thing or whatever, or a mastermind or something like that. But when we start to bring in customers, the key here, like I said, is to identify who are the most responsive. And we do that again using Actionetics inside Clickfunnels. We're able to see who have bought the most things, who've opened the most emails. All this information helps us identify who are the people we want to target with the most relevant message, i.e. we want to bring them to the next stage in the value ladder. We want to ascend the relationship with those people. All right, so now we're in a situation where we're segmenting our buyers using smart lists and Actionetics. We are now looking at who are our most hyperactive buyers. So we're getting a good feel for who can we ascend our relationship with. So now at this point in time, our funnel that we initially brought people through, which is in this case an automated webinar for a coaching program, that is now what we would call a proven funnel. We know exactly the conversion rate, i.e. how many people will buy that register. And we know how much it costs us to acquire a lead or a prospect for that webinar. So we're in a really good position now to go out and find joint venture partners that are people who have our ideal customers on their email lists that we maybe haven't spoken to yet. So with all this information, we're able to go to somebody and say, hey, when I run this in Facebook, here's how much it cost me to acquire a customer, and here's my conversion rate. And they're able to see, well, with my list, people who know and trust me, when I actually recommend this person to somebody else, boom, I'm going to make sales very, very quickly. So what we would do in Clickfunnels at this point is we would simply clone the funnel that's working. We would use Backpack now at this point to create an affiliate offer for this person, and then basically we would do that webinar for that joint venture partner. I've done this many times. I've brought in millions of dollars doing this process, and I use Clickfunnels and Backpack to do it. So that's really the next step of the process when building your business with Clickfunnels. All right, so we're at the last step of the process now. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, as I'm sure you'll agree, and I know there's still things you may not know how to do. This video was more to give you the strategy of how I use ClickFunnels and how other people use ClickFunnels to build a business and make money. And so the final step of this process, now that we have our Facebook funnel, or well, Facebook ads converting, and ads from YouTube as well, ads from any other source, it doesn't really matter, but a lot of people obviously are using Facebook right now. Once we have those converting, once those people are coming into our world, we're segmenting them using Actionetics. We're doing action funnels to get those people to become customers. We're then ascending their relationship by identifying who are our most hyperactive buyers. Now we're creating joint venture relationships. And the last step, and now at this point in time, you're really in a really great position to scale your business by creating more offers for the people that are coming into your world. So many times people say, well, when should I offer a lower ticket offer on my value ladder? Like you've seen them before, right? A $20 thing, a $50 thing, $100 thing, £20 thing, £50 thing. You get the point. The currency doesn't really matter. But the point is here, a lot of people try to start low end and then work up. But what we've done in this video, we talked about an expert business that probably starts $500 to $1,000 area in our first program. We're then ascending the relationship. And at this point in time, I would go back now and I would try to create a lower end offer to acquire more of those leads who didn't become clients into our $500 offer. And when we have this all in place, now we have a system where we're using every feature of ClickFunnels to build your business. And this is how I've personally built a multi-million-dollar business from complete scratch. And that's it for this video. I hope you got a lot of value. I know we covered a lot of ground. Okay, so we covered a lot in this video. I know it was very detailed, but look, if you're wondering, well, how do I take all this information now and build my own online business with ClickFunnels? I've created a free gift just for you. All you got to do is click the link in the description. There's probably some sort of link here on this page as well in this video, and go straight there. And what's going to happen there is you put in your best email address to the next page, and I'm going to send you that free gift that's going to show you how to build your own online business. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.